folks, welcome back to our Creators Let's Play. I can't say 1.0 because we have two of those now. And I have progressed time to get stuff done on the reservoir slash underground water tank thing, but we have a few things to look at first. Over here, I got in the, give me my zoom wheel. I hate when the game does this, when you start and you don't have control of things. Right, so yeah, I got in the mechanical fluid pump, hooked up to power and into the deeper bit of this bad water area so we could pump for longer during a drought. We've just finished a drought. So that's cool. That was all automated. It's not now because of what you'll see in a bit. The mine is in, but currently paused. We had this going last time. They've got most of this ripped out. Well, and then once this is done, we will unpause the mine. I actually want to test something, which I've not tried before. If ready to collect is less than 1. I'm not sure if that crops that up in the alert window over here or not. But we'll have a look. I probably won't be paying attention, but maybe one of you can give me a nudge. More importantly, over here, both of these are now built. This was a bit of a nightmare in terms of mine production and gear production. Once these were both in, when you were last here, we had bad water pumps up at this level. That got pumped out to this level. I then put about 4 or 5 bad water pumps in here to pump this completely dry. And we're now in the process of picking up all of these planks to get planks back because we're really short of planks at the moment, and you can guess why that is. Putting in a large tank for bad water here to optimize this. We have this automated with the following rules, and I'm using some new rules that I've not used before. So I've got my standard. If we're below 80% stock, resume. If we're above 90% plus 800, because the district capacity variable doesn't take account of building capacity, and this thing can hold 1200, so I've added 800, then we pause. But what I've also got is if we've got over 1,000 bad water stored, I only have 4 workers working in here. If we've got below, have 10 workers. So basically, if we're low on bad water, we surge. If we've got plenty, we slow down. And then if we're full, we stop. I've not used the assign workers function before, but I saw Igor, the mod creator, using that in some of his rules, and I thought that would be really cool. So we've got that going. We have got bad water storage here, but bad water's been a bit of an issue until I got this guy running. Over here, the reason bad water's been an issue, we have 2 more explosives factories that I've put in, and an extra centrifuge, because we were very low on extract and explosives. I think last time you were here, we had detonated this and put in the tunnel system into here. So this is now built. And I've got it paused here because I didn't want water coming in, although this is all built, so they are connected with a waterproof tunnel. And then in here, most of the tunnels are built bar these last few, and then a tunnel to connect it to the sluice gates. And we can obviously start to make it bigger then by maybe opening some of this up. So let's start the game running. because what we want to do is get these finished. We have very little explosives. Plenty of extract, but very little explosives, because basically putting all these in has been a problem. We have very few planks, but I don't want to delete planks yet because I want to do it as one big thing because it will be cooler. Because of the staircase, some of it's gonna stay. It's just the nature of the beast. We'll tidy up what we need to with explosives afterwards. Yeah. But they're going to get that in as quickly as they can. I put in as well, because we were running short of beavers. So I built more housing. And we now have a lot of kits and job vacancies. I want to redesign this staircase because it doesn't allow us to go higher than we are at the moment, and we probably need to. I do want to look at well-being as well, some more than we've done already. We could maybe, yeah, we could go up there for well-being. If I moved this, we could put some well-being stuff there. That wouldn't be stupid. Let's finish building this first. Yeah, let's. In fact, we're very close to having finished building this. So we are producing explosives quite quickly, which is good because we need lots of it. We could probably come in here and delete those without any issue. Question mark. Curious why that's jumping up. We'll go have a look at that in a second. Because I didn't mean to delete those. Yep. There's your problem. You didn't want to do that. Those are part of the tunnel. So we need to get those rebuilt. That was me being dumb, but they'll get built nice and quickly, so that's not a problem. And those are all in, so. And they're working on getting that put in, which is the tunnel to get to the sluice gates. So. Do I try and delete it in one go? Am I going to be able to select it all in one go? Let's try, shall we? No, I'm not. Okay. Let's go from this end then. I'll go from there. No, let's go from there because then we won't affect the tunnel that's being built. That's not picking up what I want it to. Let's do that. Interesting. Okay, how is it maintained? That. I'm very confused how it's managed to maintain all of that. Yep. Very, very confused how all of that is 3 blocks from there. But anyway, let's see what happens this side. I guess actually they're using that entrance to get to there. So maybe not yet. Maybe let's let them finish. Oh, we're going to have to get them down here anyway to pick all the stuff up, aren't we? So screw it. Let's do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yes. And yes. Well, that one worked at least. So I guess the plus is they can still get down here. So I think we let them finish this off. I think if we were to come across there with some triple dynamite, that'd hack a hunk of that off. And I also think if we did that and that, and maybe it's because of this, so maybe if I go round there like that, before we detonate any of that, we'll let them get everything placed that we've got there. We are going to need an stream gauge in here. Put that there. That'll be fine. There's going to be a lot of tidying up in here, so that's fine. Let's just work on getting the bulk of it done. And our supplies of stuff will start to go up rather a lot, which is good. You can get that built. These are currently set to be closed, which is fine because we don't have any water in here at the moment. That. Okay, that's just going to hack out a big old chunk of that. Brilliant. So I don't think we need that one. I think if we place all of that, that'll get rid of that. We need to enable them getting to that. And I think that's probably a case of platform, double platform, path. And I think that will take out most of that. We might need a bit more explosives there. I think that is going to take out the end of that chunk. And actually we could, let's not do that, because that ladder is useless now. So let's do that. Bad tide approaching, which is fine. Let's just have a quick peek out here. So we've got 24 beavers missing, but we've got 34 kits coming, so that's fine. I meant to, which was something that one of you suggested. It was something that I had intended to do, was build some storage for this guy. Do something like that, and then like that. Not that though. That, and we can do you. And actually, we don't need that because that's maple syrup, isn't it? So do pine resin supply, maple syrup supply. Awesome. Right, so if I detonate that, how is that still? Ah, because there's still a little bit there. Okay. And then that's got stuff taking it down to ground level. Okay. We're going to need to do a little bit more there. That's fine. Let's come in here. Bump the priority up on you. And you. There, all the way in, so that can come out. We have so many planks now. And so many more to get. I went across there. That used for as part of that, okay. Part of that staircase, isn't it? So we're going to need to do that as well. Do you first. Okay, H for boom. Let me get to all of that. I don't know. No. Some platforms there. They should be able to. Boom. No, okay, no, that's fine. Structurally, this is like something out of Avatar, isn't it? Hanging on by a freaking thread. Oh, wow, okay. There we go. I think a single should do it. Awesome. Okay. Now what the heck's holding you up? Seriously, that? How is that one block suspending that whole thing? Well, it's not going to be for long. Awesome. Come on. We will get this done. We will get you removed and hollowed out. B. Right. Now I want to give them access from here. So do that. Do that. There. Triple, double, single. There. There. Hook that in. Do the paths. That lets them get down to the bottom then. So then we can remove all of this crud. So that's gone. Delete you. Delete you. you. I think you're all that's holding that up. Get rid of that. That should all collapse. I'd have started. That shouldn't be an issue. Yes. Let's just have a quick check. Yeah, that's all okay. Our super power generator is. Oh, we have some smart power packs, so you can see our 1,008,000. 1,082,000 stored power. That's the words I was looking for. Actually going to just nudge that up a bit. I don't like how close that is. Yeah, lots of power. Right. So, I mean, we've got access down here now, which is much neater. So maybe we remove all of this crud. I think I might have removed something I didn't mean to remove. But thankfully, it's okay. Yeah. Right. So we want to ideally rebuild that if we can get to it. Delete all those silly single bits of path. Just for neatness. No. Do it. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Delete you. What are you? You are an platform. Delete you. We cannot delete you. You are structural. Okay. So in that case, we can't delete that. But what we can do is remove that and that. And if we come in here and platform up to that, we can tunnel that out. To remove that and that and that. Get up to all of this. We do it on this side. Yep, that should work. There. Yes, it's a bit of a horrendous construction, but tidiness is important, folks. If I do that, that should let them build everything we need them to. H for boom, H for boom, H for boom. You need to be another triple. You need that. Get rid of that. Yes. If we replaced that with that and then that, we could get that replaced as well. And because we're doing all of that from above, we can delete that. And we can start the process reclosing that. Now we could do this 2 ways actually. No, we can't do it 2 ways. We do it that way. Or we could actually. We could do it that way, or we could do it this way. I don't know why I want it to have impermeable floors there, but I do. So there we go. Awesome. Helps if I unpause it, doesn't it? There we go. Good stuff. That's in. H for boom. That cleared out. Can't reach that from this construction, so I'll have to rework that, but let's get this done first. They can now get that and that. Brilliant. And that, which will give them the resources to build that, mostly. That's good. Come on. Our explosives have refilled. Extract has refilled. So if we come out here now. Not quite to the point where we are pausing them, but metalwork is paused. We've got lots of spare everything. So that's good. Right, that's in. That's done. So that can go. That can go. I can't get that. I guess we need to replace that with that. And they'll be able to get it. We'll be able to delete this tunnel bit. I guess we could tunnel that out as well. And dynamite that out. bad planning on my part. I think that should have been a overhang, but anyway. Why are you not doing that one? Why did you do that one first? It's last. Stupid. Anyway. Right, that's in. So now we delete that. And do that, because we need to remove 4 blocks of dirt. And that will be this done. So let's start deleting paths. We don't need all of those in here now. And I don't know if this is going to be big enough to do what we want to do. If it's not, we'll make it bigger. We can always come this way and this way. So, but for now, it'll be big enough. There are other things I think we can do instead next. Paths going, and we need to set it all up. And we need to do those two. Which, if I haven't screwed anything up, will let the water in from this aquifer and reservoir. Hopefully. And that means more of the water from the main water sources will be coming into the main water system. So I don't know if we need to close this bit up, so we're going to plan for that as well. Actually thinking that's not tall enough. So while we're in here, put one there. Highest I can build. There, we're going to build that quickly. Because we want it to be more than 3 deep in here. So that is going to put out a signal of underground depth. The underground depth. Ooh. Cool. And then let's just delete all of that and get rid of the rubble. And we're going to get rid of the path. Just because paths can be bad for lag. And a path here as well. And we have a path through from here. that was underground depth 2. Depth 1. So can actually make use of a new addition to automation here. If ground depth 1 is, this is the low, so when we want it to open, less than two, set floodgate height to 2. And then it's greater than or equal to 2.9. Set floodgate height to 0.0. Save. Okay. So that means if there's less than 2 in there, we're diverting water into the reservoir. If it's full, we are letting water out. Save and close. Copy to here. Now we need to do copy there. And then we go into here and we want to invert these, which is a new function as part of the latest update. So here, if the underground water depth is greater than or equal to 2, these open. If it's less than 2.9, they close. Is that what I want? Not quite, I don't think. So if there's... No, that's not what I want. What I want to invert is the floodgate height. Yeah. Because the reservoir is empty, these floodgates are open, these are closed. Then, well, actually it's not empty, it's just low. And I guess the question is whether this will provide enough water to get it full enough that these switch. I doubt it. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come in here. And what's this signal called again? Farm irrigation pond depth. So if farm irrigation pond depth greater than or equal to 0.4, stable flow. Yeah. Farm irrigation pond less than 0.4, enable flow. Yes, I've done them as a very tight bound. It let quite a lot of water through. Currently, it's at 0.2. So then what we're going to do is come in here, delete the rules from all of these, think we have to do this one at a time. We might not. They're going to be open. Same here. Be open. Same here. The reason I'm not deleting them yet is just in case things go a little bit wrong. You don't need to be in there. We go select these. Go back up. Currently they are open. And they're closed. And it's 0.5. So hopefully this will now keep this at a nice depth. And we'll see how we do for water. And at the moment, obviously we didn't fill it properly. Because we only had water in this. So, you know, that's a thing. What I want to do is come in here. Shouldn't ever flood out of here. But relying on shouldn'ts is not great. So let's put a temporary cap on this. If we use platforms and impermeable floors, we can always remove it. So I'm going to get rid of that because we want to rotate it. There. So that we can do that. And then we're going to come up here. We're going to delete all of those trees. You don't need to be there anymore. Well, they've all died, so they're never going to rejuvenate. So let's just get those all cut down and we can do something more useful with them. With that space. So come up here. That one. We'll dynamite all of that out. And we'll put some well-being stuff up there to boost the well-being up a bit more. These guys are doing their thing still. I guess because metal is now full, have less of a problem. I think the next thing will be to... Oh, these are seeps. There's 2 water seeps in there. Okay. Ah, because it's a bad tide, isn't it? So we should get over here and deal with those next, I think. That feels like a good thing to be doing. We should look at getting up and running. bots go in here. And we're going to use rules very similar to what I used for the... we don't need gears over here. Just be normal. You could actually be a supply. You are extract. Okay, so we do need storage for scrap metal as a supply. But what we're going to do is rules. We want district stock scrap metal. We want a pause. So I just go through this, getting all the variables that I need, just because it makes life easier. So we want capacity, we want a pause, and then we want fine workers. Okay. Oh no, that's what we want. Treated planks, because if we don't have those, there's no point running. We can edit that one. No, go constructor. Sign workers. Yep. One. Save. So we then do script. Okay. Yep. Script. So if district stock scrap metal is greater than capacity times 95%, or number of treated planks is less than, let's say, 5, we pause. I'm just going to copy that, stick that in. Actually, I want to test something. Save, duplicate, invert, script, and I can just change that then to 0.8. So, yeah, that's brilliant. That invert button is so good. So now if we've got less than 80% and we've got treated planks, we resume. That's so good. We can get rid of that. And I then want that one. And so if we are less than, if we're less than 30%, 10 workers, call that, duplicate it, script, we're greater than 50%, go to 3 workers. Save and close. I love it. It's so good. So at the moment we've only got 3 workers because we've got loads of scrap metal. Or we've got more than 50% scrap metal. That's so good. It's so good. I love that mod. If you hadn't realized. So next we need to, that one's 83, that one's 58, so maybe we go off of there. Or we put a transfer station in there. We get there still. We can with a little bit of work. Eat all of those. Come back over here. H for boom. Beat that. And then well-being. I was thinking I can do that. Yeah, one there. Oh, we've got power up here, haven't we? Yeah, we have. Do a carousel. Because these don't run at night when the carousel would be running. Maybe. Maybe we could run more power up here. Let's, for now. For now. Let's stick with things that don't need power. So we'll do that, and we'll do some mud pits. Storage for dirt. We can also do little bits of those. Do a beaver statue. We could do them a bulletin pole. Have a lamp there. Have a roof as they come out of the zipline station. I've got something I want to do with these, but I haven't got it sorted yet. Right, that's that. Get those roofed out. Ah, you can't get up there because of where I built that. Because I was stupid. Stupid boy. There we go. Yeah, so if we put a transfer station there. Hopefully that'll work okay. If that actually wrote anything to the log there or not, but anyway, you can all go home now. I put that there. Hopefully they will still connect. Shame they can't drop the resources in on the way past. No, I want to build that way around because I want them butted up to each other because they don't need to get out, they just need to be able to switch. Cool. Badwater's better now. Wellbeing's up nicely. How are we looking? So we're not making maple pastries. Do I? Oh, we were just using it for other stuff, weren't we? So we need to sort that. that's just a bit of rules work, and I don't feel like doing that at the moment. Sort that. Lido. Books we need to sort. Lidos. Or Lidos, however you want to say it, we should put in here. Again, we build one there. Maybe one there. Two, three. No, that probably won't work actually. There probably won't be space. But we should be able to do that. That. That gives them one. Right. So if we now do view there, there. No, actually I need to delete that one. I need to delete that. Need to put platform there. Rotate, put you there. There. Put there. Right, let's super high prioritize that. And then we could get rid of all this complicated path. Then, and then, and then, and then. There. Obviously we need to be able to get to build all of these, but there. Means we still need to put a path into them. But which is the disadvantage of zip lines, I know. I still like them. We go there. 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 Right. I'm not entirely sure how we build all of this, but I know how we can build some of this. That gets us there. Bridge. Put that there. Too low. I put that there. That's too tall. That there. That's just right. Die. Cheap shit from China. So that's that in and ready to be built. So we've then got a quite spaghetti-like path. but it's only so they can actually build everything, because as soon as it's built, we don't need it. Once it's in, we can rip it out. So yeah, do that, that, because we'll then have the power of a zipline connection. As soon as we can get to the there we go. So once they've got all of that built, we'll be able to zip line down to here and set up control of these and have this be clean water, because we don't need the underground ruin. So that'll be really cool. Now got decent well-being, which is also really cool. This is now staying at a nice depth. Under here, we've got an amount of water. So it'll be interesting to see how long that lasts. But we will find that out next time. Got our Lido in, so yeah. I assume we've now got some beavers with much better well-being. We need to sort books. If we put the Fountain of Joy in somewhere here and kept it full of water, I guess it would make sense to put it up here and keep it full of water, because if we put it here, it would flood. Or we could put it here and protect it. It's a bit of a pain in the arse, that building. But yeah, I guess we could put it somewhere here, build around it, and give it its own dedicated powered water supply. It's not impossible. You could maybe look at doing that next time. You could even look at feeding it from this, maybe? Question mark? Might be cool. Could we pull a tunnel from this? I think we could. So that's the depth we want to keep it at. Yeah, we could pull a tunnel from that. Okay, that's next big project. For where would be best to put it. But yeah, next project is getting the Fountain of Joy up and running and fed with a water supply. So we will do that next time. And I will see you all next time. Bye for now.